afternoon, everybody. Dave and I have just pulled up at Vince Connolly crossing, Limestone Creek. Now it's a free rest area, there's bins here, there's toilets here, there's a dump point, and you can get water. I'll just give you a look around. It's a 24-hour stop. It's good there's bins everywhere. There's a couple of campers over there for night. We've just pulled up in here. There's some picnic tables. Somebody else pulling up. Another 2 vans over that way. But as we're heading towards the WA border, this was just a free stop for us tonight. Let's go and have a look at the toilets. There's your dump point over there. Unisex toilets. BYO toilet paper, and there's lots of mosquitoes. So if you're looking for a spot just for the night, now I can hear the highway. Hopefully it won't bother us tonight, but if you're looking for a spot just for a night on your way through, yeah, not too bad. There you have it, Limestone Creek, and it's called Vince Connolly Crossing. Welcome to Victoria River. So guys, we've arrived at Victoria River. We're going to go in and check out the local cafe and grab something to eat. So guys, there's toilets out the back, and you can also camp here as well. So guys, that's Victoria River Servo. So pull in, grab a coffee, go to the toilet, use their facilities, support the local businesses, and then be on your way. Catch us later. Hey, morning guys. Last night we stopped at a free camp called Saddle Creek, 68 kilometres east of the Northern Territory, Western Australian border. So today we're crossing into WA.
Yeah, I've never been to, or I've been to WA but only to Perth. I haven't been to any other parts of WA. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of what everyone's talking about, being the coastline and the Gibb River Road and El Questro and Lake Argyle.
All of those beautiful spots we hope to explore. But anyway, we are on the Victoria Highway. We're just past the second free campground, and I think we're only about 16 kilometres out from the border.
One thing I'll say though is the road's been pretty good. There's a few patches and a few little rough spots, but generally, other than the creek crossings, the road's been pretty good.
I'll give you a look.
Been a lot of boab trees and a lot of beautiful cliff faces and stuff. At the moment we've got some rolling hills in the background, but a little bit further back there's some beautiful red cliffs.
I don't know whether you can see guys, but on our Google Maps here there's a big thick grey line. I'm guessing that's the border. Woohoo! Coming into the quarantine checkpoint, welcome to Western Australia. Just been through the quarantine process. I gave him some half a jar of cream honey. I didn't like it anyway, and I found 4 apples in the fridge. I meant to throw those out this morning, but totally forgot about them. But they were getting a bit old anyway, so yeah, they're gone in the bin. So now we're we go. Welcome to WA.
Yeah, the quarantine thing was pretty simple. obviously, yeah, we've got the apples. We threw some onions and that out at the rest area. Wasn't that hard. Bloke got in, had a bit of a look around, looked in the pantries and stuff like that, but what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes.
But you know what? I had 2 kilo bag of potatoes a few days ago, and had a sweet potato and some onions. Instead of throwing them out or giving them to someone else, what I did is I peeled them. I chopped them into wedge shapes, parboiled them, cooled them off, threw them in with some garlic, salt and pepper and paprika, and I vacuum sealed them and threw them in the freezer. So now, come dinner time, Dave and I want some sweet potato fries or some onion to throw on the barbecue or some potatoes. We'll just pull them out, dip them in the air fryer, and they'll be crispy as, already prepped. Saves wasting, saves giving them away, and you spend that money on food, so why not try and prep and keep it?
So guys, we've arrived at Lake Argyle Caravan Park. Check-in's not till 11 o'clock, so there's a few vans sitting out the front just waiting. We've got about an hour's wait. Now, Lake Argyle is a discovery park, so if you are a member, there is that little bit of a discount which you can take advantage of because it is very expensive out here. So this is the little outdoor cafe area here at reception. You can grab coffee over the back over there. Book your helicopter flights or your sunset dinner tours.
Come for a drive this morning, heading out to a place called Buttons Crossing, just north of Kununurra on the way to Wyndham. So we'll take you along. We're actually on a dirt road at the moment, but we just thought we'd come out and have a bit of a look around. It's a free camp on the river out here. There are crocs around, so if you are coming out, be croc wise. But I'll just give you a look at the road. So we'll give you a look at once we get out to Buttons Crossing, see if it's worth bringing your vans out here or not.
So here we are at Buttons Crossing. So many campsites along the water's edge here, guys. Perfect spot, look at that. Beautiful.
So guys, that was Buttons Crossing. Beautiful area along the river, a lot of campsites, a lot of flat areas, a lot of really good spots. But you probably want to come out here for more than one night. At least, you know, three or four. If you've got water on board and you've got power, what a fantastic spot just to camp up and sit by the river and, you know, croc spot, do a bit of fishing, or just relax. And there's there's very few vans out here, probably a handful of vans, and they're all spread out, so you're not on everyone's, you know, doorstep. But yeah, fantastic spot just out of Kununurra up towards Wyndham Way. Anyway, check it out on Camps Australia, and we'll chat soon.
Welcome to the Guyang Black Rock Pool. So it's a 300 metre return, allowed 20 minutes, and they have plenty of butterflies and stuff down here.
And here we are again in our fantastic footwear for bushwalking. At least this one's only 300 metres.
Nice and cool too.
Yeah, it's very windy today, guys. It's a lot cooler than what it has been.
There's a bit with wind.
Which is nice, yeah. Anyway, we'll concentrate on the walk and we'll show you Black Rock Pool when we get there. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's black.
It's rocky.
Yeah, I like to climb it.
So guys, that was Black Rock Pool, another little area out towards on the way to Wyndham on the dirt road. So yeah, like we said previously, if you're passing these areas, stop in and check them out. Like, there was so many butterflies down there. It was a beautiful little area. The wind chill was chilly. That was a nice spot.
Yes. If I was out here, yes, come and have a look. I would not drive from Kununurra out here to see Black Rock, especially when there's no water.
But if you're going to come out and stay at Buttons Crossing, yeah.
Or what I just found out off one of the locals from Kununurra, this is actually the old road to Wyndham. Now, you're saying there's not a great deal in Wyndham. There's still some old steam trains and some old stuff up there in an old port area. Apparently they used to feed all the crocs and throw all, there was an abattoir up there and they used to throw all the stuff in. Fuel still comes in, so they have ships with fuel that bring fuel into this area, come in through the ports up there. He said good fishing and stuff like that, he said, but the industry has died up there, sort of thing. So you can do the bitumen road to Wyndham, or you can come through the dirt road and stop off and check these little sites out. Do the dirt road in and the bitumen road back.
Yeah.
This side, really hit it into the top of the water and that'll bring the fish up.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe they're too well fed. We've got some on this side, yeah, heaps on this side.
Of a spinning wheel where all I feel is the ice getting thinner. Step by step, day by day, I'm fighting a winner. Pushed around, I'm nowhere bound, no solid ground. How can I get it back? How can I be strong? When all I do comes out wrong. I wanna be a saint, but I ain't. I'm far from. I wanna be brave, I wanna stand tall, but I feel like I'm losing this war. How can I stand my ground when I'm back down each time?
guys, we're at the Durack homestead. If you come up to Lake Argyle, entry fee's $5 for adults, family $12, additional children $2.50. However, that's part of the fee's already priced into the tour that we're doing. Now the tour we're doing today is down the Ord River. It's about 55 kilometres, and we start in at Kununurra, come out on that bus out to Lake Argyle where we're staying, and then we get on the boat and we sail all the way back into Kununurra and then get ourselves back out here. Argyle Homestead Museum, East Kimberley. Original site of this piney homestead built by Patrick Durack for his family in 1894 now lies beneath the waters of Lake Argyle.
Each time as the days go by, keep wondering why.
Fair bit to actually read. Now the Duracks were a cattle family, and they bought 6,000 odd cattle all the way over from Queensland. However, they thought it was going to take them 6 months. Turned out to be nearly 2.5 years, and they only arrived with about 400 cattle.
Never ends in this endless fight. I'm never right. I can never win, never win.
This plaque is to commemorate those departed who first camped here on May the 8th, 1886. Patsy Durack, dearly loved husband of Lillis. Here lies Pumpkin, member of the Kunururra tribe of Cooper's Creek. Mary Durack, 1913 to 1994. Some of the original graves. So yeah, the actual driver of the bus, she's very, very informative. She spoke, I think we're about 60 odd k's out of Kununurra, and she spoke the whole entire way about the history and what's going on out here and how it's all evolved. So yeah, well, so far it's been well worth it. It's about $215 a ticket, but you get food on board the boat, and the boat goes 55 kilometres downstream, plus the bus brings you out here. So yeah, it's not for everybody, but hey, we only do it once. So now we're off the bus, and this is the boat that's going to take us down the Ord River.
Where we're going by boat is from here to here, and where you are at the moment is just here. So I hope you're not bored yet. You got 55k still to go, alright? So the way they built this scheme, there is 2 dams across the Ord River. This first one, called the diversion dam, that's also the bridge across the Ord as you come to Kununurra. That was built in 1963. In 1972, a second dam was built 55 k's upstream to form Lake Argyle. The reason for building this second dam, which we just come from, was to have a huge reserve of water and have this continual release of water down the Ord River, where we are now, into this lower lake, Lake Kunururra, to maintain this water at a constant level. So if you put in a nutshell, Lake Argyle keeps Lake Kunururra topped up, so water can gravitate out onto the plain. The surplus water released through this diversion dam over Ivanhoe Crossing and out into the Timor Sea.
Comes out wrong. I wanna be saved, but I ain't. I'm far from. I wanna be brave, I wanna stand tall, but I feel like I'm losing this war. How can I stand my ground but not back down each time? Oh, each time. I'm burning the wire. Running through fire.
But in the middle here, it's 18 metres deep, so this would have been one of those permanent water holes before we dammed it. Sound like little corrallers, are they? This spot here, it is, or it was, the narrowest part of the Ord River.
I don't know if you can actually see it, but we'll put a photo in. But there's a rock up there that looks like a soldier's head. So this is the muso that plays most nights. He plays 6 nights a week.
Shock me like an electric eel.
Hey guys, well we spent the last 4 nights at Lake Argyle Discovery Park. We had an unpowered site, but most of the unpowered sites have a tap near them, so you can pretty much hook up to water. They tell you can't, but everyone does, which was pretty good. While we're there, we did a sunset cruise out on Lake Argyle. Very cold that day, windy. It wasn't so much the cold, it was the wind chill factor that was cold, so we didn't get in the water. Yesterday we drove into Kununurra and got a Triple J tour. So the tour brought us back to Lake Argyle on the bus, gave us a little bit of a history. We stopped in at the homestead and then we joined the boat and we cruised back down the Ord River all the way back to Kununurra. We got back about 5:30 last night.
55 k's, but both guides, the one on the bus spoke from when we left to when we pulled up and gave us a rundown on the history of the place. And then the owner, Jeff, who was on the boat, he was spectacular, very, very knowledgeable. Knew all about the different birds, knew all about the actual plants and their, not only their common name, but their botanical name. Knew all about the fish and stuff, the bats. We pulled up and had a look at. He stops as you go, and then at about 3:30 they give you an afternoon tea, which consisted of pumpkin scones with raspberry and strawberry jam,
Carrot cake,
and pawpaw, and they had cans of soft drink on the boat, as many as you like, basically.
but they pull up at their own private little picnic ground, and there's composting toilets there, so you can use the toilets, have your afternoon tea, and then we get back on the boat and head back down the river.
But as you do cruise down the river, it was a far better cruise than the one out on Argyle. To be honest with you, the one on Lake Argyle, what you see out on the boat, you can see from the damn wall. The only difference is we saw 2 freshwater crocodiles and a wallaroo or something, a cross between a kangaroo and a wallaby.
But I think most people do the sunset cruise out on Lake Argyle. If it's a beautiful day with no wind, you could get in that water and it'd be really nice. But I think a lot of people do it just for the swim, to say they've swum in Lake Argyle sort of thing. But if it's a cool day, if there's a breeze around, I'd recommend Triple J for sure.
It's a bit like the infinity pool. It was nice to have a look at, But it was, I put my foot in there, it was bloody freezing, and I wasn't getting in there for that Instagram shot. I just took a photo of it and that'll do me.
But the water doesn't have a chance to warm up because it's like an infinity pool. It's overflowing all the time, so it's constantly moving. But it's not warm.
And going back to Triple J, it was about 215 bucks, but it was well worth it, and the Lake Argyle one was about 115. In about that ballpark area, I can't remember off the top of my head.
One other thing, if you are staying out there at Lake Argyle at the Discovery Park, check-in opens at 11 a.m.
They're very anal. They won't let you check in. You can park there. There's a coffee shop, as we've shown you, and there's a pool and stuff if it's not too cold, but they will not let you check in before 11, even if the sites are vacant. Even if the whole park's empty, they will not let you check in. In Kununurra itself, there's a Toy World, there's a Mitre 10, there's a Home Hardware, there's a Coles, there's an IGA and a Tucker Box.
There's a Subway.
There's a Subway, there's a Butcher.
There's a Chinese shop at the information centre, but we don't recommend it.
Yeah, no, not real good food.
We thought we'd chance it and have some dinner last night coming back from the cruise. No, it was bloody horrible.
The local pub, you're looking at $28 to $30 for a burger and $35 and more for a steak. So it's very pricey at the local pub. There is another pub, but it's been ram-raided 6 times in a week or something, so it's closed at the moment. Okay, if you're coming into Kununurra from Northern Territory, on the south side you'll see a BP and a Puma. It is about 6 to 8 cents a litre cheaper than in town. In town's a little bit dearer. So if you need to fuel up on the outskirts. You'll see the sign, and we'll actually show you when we get there, because I need to get some AdBlue. And
it's probably a little bit easier to get the van in where the trucks go anyway, if you got a big van, because that little Ord River petrol station's a bit squeezy.
I don't buy food from there.
That's bloody horrible as well.
It's like a week old, the bread falls apart.
I had a toasted, I think it was cheese and tomato sandwich, and it was just, I didn't think you could stuff up cheese and tomato sandwiches as a toasty, but it was just shit, absolute shit.
And I had a chicken cheese and mayo fresh sandwich, but as soon as I took it out of the little placky container, the bread just fell apart, so I threw it straight in the bin.
There is a cafe across from the just near on the corner of the Coles complex. There's always a lot of people there. We didn't go in there, but it looks popular, so that might be your best option if you want to pick something up, or just to go into Coles and buy some bread rolls and hot chicken and make your own.
There's actually 2 cafes. One sells all your coffees, your cakes and your smoothies. I got a smoothie from there, it was really nice. And beside that's another cafe that was pretty popular that we didn't go into. They do things like eggs Benedict and your breakfast and all that sort of stuff. But that's always popular, there's always people there, and I'd probably give that a crack.
Okay, we're coming into that fuel stop. Diesel here is $1.85.9 at the moment. This is the BP on the south side of Kununurra.
And the Puma's just behind it.
You went in on the other side.
Hey. The blue.
So diesel $1.85.9, and if you need AdBlue for your vehicle, it is $1.99 a litre.
Hey guys, we're here in Kununurra at JK Adventure Co. Now, when I was out at Lake Argyle, I climbed up on top of the van because I had a missing, well, not a missing, but I just had to fix the skew and stuff up on my set dish. While I was up there, I noticed one of my solar panels is shattered. I'm thinking that a rock has bounced along from a vehicle in front, gone over the car and hit the panel. So I did a little bit of ringing around. I'll show you the panel. So I don't know whether you can see, it's all shattered, and just there I'd say is where the rocks hit, and then it's just cracked the whole panel. Now this is a 200 watt panel, but I'm changing it with a 180 watt red arc solar panel. The guy's out here, Jace, he's a young guy, but he is really handy, and he's got a few strings to his bow. I'm going to introduce you to him in a second, and he can tell you what they do out here if you need repairs for your boat, for your vehicle, or for your van. So he's in the shed at the moment and he's putting an Anderson plug. We're just going to make it a little bit more easier. So here it is, JK Adventure Co, Marine and Freight. Right, boat services, complete diagnostic services, caravan services, they do everything. He's open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 4 PM. I'll get you the details on the website and stuff, and Roz will put it down below. They also do come out and recover you if need be. But I'll introduce you shortly to Jace, and he'll give us a rundown on his business. But this is the Anderson plug that we've just put on the new panel, and it'll just plug and play, which will be a lot easier than ginning around with the cords. It's a red arc 180 watt, so it is a little bit less than the 200. However, they work very efficiently. Hey guys, I've got Jace here from JK Adventure Co here in Kununurra. Jace, a bit about yourself. Like, you're only a young fella, what brought you out here?
Yeah, so we did a lap of Australia during COVID. I only spent 4 weeks in the Kimberley. Was by far not enough time. After our travels, you get to that point going, what do we do now? Do we buy another house? And we went, nah, let's move to the Kimberleys. So here we are. Job opportunity is very limited, and I'm a marine engineer and commercial master, so we decided to start our own little gig up here repairing boats. We do boat repairs, boat servicing, engine rebuilds, minor aluminium and steel welding, then we ventured into caravans, and yeah, now we do the whole works: electrical systems, DC to DC chargers, solars, lithium batteries. We do insurance repair jobs on suspension, wheel alignments, and the whole works. So anything you need up this way, you can come and see us.
And van servicing, I've seen on here.
Yeah, we got caravan servicing, your 1,000, 10,000k service, wheel bearings, anything like that you need, and we can get most parts in and help you out with your travels.
Okay, do you have a website, or obviously there's your contact number, and what's this here?
Yeah, so you can find us on JK Adventure Co on Instagram and Facebook. Our website, you have online bookings as well, so if you're interested about availability, jump online and make a booking online if we don't answer the phone.
Okay, any job too big, too small? And I noticed you actually go and recover people, so if someone breaks down out on the road, they can give you a call, and can you go and recover them? Or
yeah, that's it. So we do have a big Hino 4-wheel drive truck. We do remote freight. If you're out on the Gibb and you've blown all your tyres and you can't get a tow truck in, we can bring tyres out to you. If your van's broken down, we can come out and do mobile repairs. Things like chassis repairs. If you've cracked the chassis, we'll weld it up on site and tow it in for you back to Kununurra to get more work repaired if needed.
So basically you're a one-stop shop.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the opportunity we saw up here. There was a very big market gap in this region. And we do have tow truck companies. They're great services up here, but sometimes if you don't have that covered, it can be very expensive to get a tow. Much cheaper to get repairs done out on site.
So guys, obviously if you're coming up the Gibb towards Kununurra, or you're coming from Katherine towards Kununurra, if you break down anywhere, I noticed, like even 2 days ago, you went out to Kunururra, which is, how far is that from here?
Yeah, 1,300 kilometres return. We did that in 4 days, and there's a caravan behind us here. This had a snapped cross member which held the suspension together, and the entire independent suspension control arms collapsed. We repaired it on site and towed it back for the client back to Kununurra.
So if you guys that are scared of travelling on your own or going out to do the Gibb because you're not sure if the van will handle it, at least you've got some safety and backup if you really do need it. Obviously remember the phone number, remember the web page, and if you come out here and you need something done to your caravan, to your car, to your boat or your boat motor, come and see Jace and he'll help you out.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries.
So guys, lots of spare parts here. Look, even some fishing lures.
Now, one thing I'll say is, if you ring Jason and you don't get him, just leave a message and he will get back to you. It could be the fact that he's out of reception, but don't despair. Make a couple of calls, come see him, and he will get back to you.
So guys, before we head out of Kununurra, we just stopped at Coles and grabbed a couple of things. Stopped at the pub, bought a carton of beer. Now if you do want to go and buy a carton of beer or some wine or something like that, both of you need to go in.
The way the guy explained it to me, if you want a carton of beer, you can get a carton of beer and 3 bottles of wine for one person, no dramas. You can buy 1 bottle of spirits, no dramas. If you want a bottle of spirits and a carton of beer, or you want 2 cartons of beer, you need 2 people.
With ID.
And it resets itself every day, so that's every 24 hours. It's actually harder than the NT. So now we're heading out, and once we get up the road here, when I get towards the dirt, I will air down our tyres.
But tonight we're heading to a rest area because we've got a night in between Lake Argyle and Equestro. So we're just going to free camp in a rest area, and it's called Cockburn Rest Area. So it's about 45 kilometres west of Kununurra.
This is the second spillway or dam just up ahead here, not what we're going over now, but very soon. And that's where the water comes out to irrigate all the farmland. Well, we've got the airport first, then the dam area. So with this airport, they do a lot of flights over the Kimberleys, the Mitchell Plateau, out over Lake Argyle.
Bungles.
Now they have helicopters and fixed wing. To go over the Bungles, it was $400 and something. To do that from Lake Argyle in the helicopter, it was $1,200. So you're better off coming in here, boarding your plane, going to do it and coming back.
Unless you really want to jump on a helicopter.
Yeah, but then they have helicopters from here and it's probably cheaper. Now there's freshwater crocs to the left and there's salties to the right. And down to the right, that flows down to where we were the other day at Buttons Crossing. This is the Ord River. Next time we come back, we'll probably stay in Kununurra and do a few little things around here.
And maybe some more travel, like up to Buttons Crossing, and just explore more little remote areas next time we come through.
Morning guys, this morning we've woke up, we stayed at Cockburn Rangers Rest Area. Cruise along at about 70 kilometres an hour. We're in no hurry. We're gonna, once we hit the dirt road, we'll air down and make our way into Equestro. It's that time, joke time with Dave. Hey Roz.
Yeah, Dave.
Got some sad news from my mate the other day. He broke up with his girlfriend Lorraine because he was seeing another girl called Claire Lee. But the good news is that he can see clearly now because Lorraine has gone.
You are so silly.